I still text her every day because in a way I feel like she's still here.
I'm going to talk about my grandfather. He was my best friend, definitely the whole way through, but more so as I got older. Yeah, my dream was for him to see me graduate high school because freshman year of high school, he got super sick and we didn't know if he was going to make it. He was a very not strange, but animated texter. And he refused to use an actual punctuation, so it's like the exclamation point question mark emoji, the big red one. Yeah, so he's like, how goes it, Panther? Because I was going to Chapman and they're the Chapman Panthers. Where are you prowling lately? Paw emoji, exclamation point emoji. Honey, we are so proud of your accomplishments and graduation. I love you very much and I'm so proud to have you as my granddaughter. You are so amazing to us and loved. Love you so very much. Which I actually have tattooed on me, so. And I said, oh, thank you so much. I love and miss you lots. The next day, May 16th, 2020, the day of his passing, he said, hi, my dream granddaughter. Are you watching the Obama ceremony for 2020ers this evening? Bummer we can't celebrate you in person, but it's important to follow all health protocols. Love you, heart emoji. And then I was doing my own thing that day with my dad. I was on a hike or something, and I just was kind of irritable that day, so all I said was, I don't know yet, but thank you, love you too. And then a few hours later he said, ceremony is on, Grammy and I are so proud of our favorite 2020 graduate princess. And I just said, thank you. That was the last thing we ever said to each other. He would text me constantly, and looking back on it now, I wish I'd really responded more. But as an 18-year-old, when your grandpa wants to see you every single day, you don't necessarily want to see him that much, even though you love him, you know? No, I'm glad it was a good thing to end on and not anything bitter, but I wish I definitely had been more expressive. I look back at them all the time. I'm a very nostalgic person, so it's comforting. I feel like he's here.
I'm here to talk about my best friend, China. We met in junior high. We were both skipping class together. China and I always texted. We're pretty ratchet. And there was this thing that China always does. She could be in the most horrific situation, and she could look the most not cute. But she would always say, I'm still cute though. I still text China, so I'm gonna have to scroll all the way up. She said, oh my gosh, how old are you now? And I said, 31, goddamn, we old. And she said, goddamn, we are. Laugh out loud. But we're still cute though. And the following text I texted was, hey girl, and that was the morning that we found her and she was murdered by them. So yeah. Oh. So this is the first time I'm ever talking about it, just because, we watch it on TV, we watch it in the news, and you just never really see it happening to your own people. Leading up to that and just seeing her still cute though, I know it's a little horrible to say, but even though she was murdered, she's probably I'm still cute though, I don't know. I try to find humor in this grief process because that's the only way I can get through it. I still text her every day. In a way, it's it's therapy. I have the oldest phone, but I don't want to get rid of it because I'm super scared that I'm super scared that I'm gonna lose some of the text messages. I've downloaded it twice already, but I'm still scared. I don't know. It's the only thing that can hold on.
My name's Michaela Pack. I'm here to talk about my favorite topic, Brendan McGregor. Brendan was my boyfriend. He was the other half of me, my soul, my heart, my love, my everything, yeah. I could leave him anywhere and he could talk to anyone and become their best friend instantly. He just had a personality if you knew Brendan, you loved Brendan. I decided to go to Ireland by myself, and I could have easily asked Brendan to take off work and join me. And, I thought about it a lot too, and for some reason I was so bent on just going by myself and doing it by myself. I went to Ireland, I came home, and I remember just getting so antsy off the plane, and I remember him texting me being like, oh, I've got a glass of wine waiting for you, the shower's ready, whatever you need, just all you have to do is show up and come over. And so we spent the next few days together. Saturday, we actually went to a Yankee game and it was such a fun day. So everything happened on a Monday, and the last few messages I had with him were just him describing how he was feeling to me, you know. And it wasn't atypical of Brendan to have a stomach ache, and that's what I thought it was, his whole family. I was a little worried because it had gone on throughout the night. I had fallen asleep. He had texted me, you know, he was drinking water and he was doing okay. So I texted him in the morning when I woke up. I said, "Look at you, babe." And he texted back. He said, "Didn't sleep a wink. Not a drop in me." I said, "Oh, I was nervous you'd say that. I'm so sorry, my love." And he texted me, he said, "I'm going to urgent today." And I said, "Okay, Baba, I think that's best. I'm so sorry you feel this stinky." And he texted me, "It's bad, probably the worst I've felt." The last text I sent him was, "What time can you go?" After that, I was driving to work, you know, and he had called me, and he never called. You know, it was really early when I would go to work. And I picked up, and, you know, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to call my mom." I said, "Oh, that's fine, like, whatever. How are you feeling?" And, you know, he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like, I meant to call my mom." And I was like, "Oh, that's fine." And I said, "You know, I love you." And he said, "I love you too." And, you know, I'm so thankful for that mistake that he meant to call his mom and accidentally called me, because I got to say I love you one last time. I got a call from his mom. And she had said, you know, "He's gone." I'll never forget the tone of voice or the way she said it or the way it sounded. The poor woman, and I love her to death. And I just, you know, how hard it would have been to call me and tell me that. And I just remember calling her, you know, telling her that she was lying. And I was in bed and I just was screaming. And my sister came in and, you know, I think at that point, just the way I was acting, she knew. I didn't have to really say much. I'm so thankful for the text messages. I don't think I'll ever delete them, you know. It's nice just to look through, because some of the things he sends me I still have to read when you know, I'm not feeling so good, or I'm missing him.
Hey, handling big feelings can be tough, but that doesn't mean you have to do it on your own. Whether you have mental health concerns or just having a hard time navigating through life, therapy can give you the tools to guide your life in a different way. And that's why I'm here to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, online therapy is more affordable and more accessible, which eliminates the stress and difficulty of finding a therapist. To make things easier, BetterHelp is online and remote. By filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. To sign up and get matched with a therapist, you can click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/jubileemedia and get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. And sometimes, finding the right therapist could be intimidating, but with BetterHelp, you can easily switch to a different therapist for free without any stress. So if you have big feelings and don't know how to navigate them, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/jubileemedia. Now let's get back into the video.
I have a voicemail from my mom, my late mom. She was one of those mothers that was your best friend, honestly. We spoke every day on the phone, texted back and forth all day long, text each other pictures. Anytime I saw something that made me think of her, something that I thought was funny or cool looking, I'd send her a picture of it. I do want to sort of not talk about her diagnosis. Even though she's no longer here, I still want to respect that part of her privacy. But she was disabled for most of my life, and she had chronic illnesses, and the doctors told her, you know, this is kind of it, like, you can go home to die. When I heard that, I went up there immediately. I stayed a month. You know, I did all her cooking and cleaning, and bathed her and washed her hair, curled her hair, did her makeup. She passed away 3 days before Mother's Day this year. It was a couple of days after she passed away that I went to my voicemails and it refreshed and I actually saw it.
Hi, can you give me a call back? Love you. Bye.
The day that she passed, she was really not coherent. I said, "Hey, Mom, it's me and Cameron and Kieran." And she perked up suddenly. And I said, "We love you so much." And she said, "I love you too." It would have been her 74th birthday yesterday. And I listened to it then, and I went shopping in a craft store because that was something we loved doing together. We loved sewing and crafting together. And she fostered so much creativity in my life, and I thank her so much for that. And I wish I could just send her a text of, something that I've created and just send it to her. "Hey, Mom, look what I did. Look what you inspired me to do." Yeah.
I wanted to share my aunt's story. I just feel that she was such a great person that a lot of people should know about her. She was the kind of lady that you would see randomly dancing. You'd be like, "Oh, she's crazy, but she's living her life." That would be her. We grew up a lot with my aunt and my mom and my dad. So she became my second mom. She was a person that would mainly call me out and tell me "Hey, this is not right. This is not you." I would try to ignore what she would tell me or the advice she would give me. We're a little bit more apart than I would have wanted. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, so they only gave her a 3-month span left to live. But godly, she stayed with us 3 more years. She sent me a prayer. The prayer said, "There's no silence that God doesn't understand or sadness that He doesn't know about, and there's no love that He will ignore and tears that He would not appreciate." And then I just hearted it, and then she told me, she's like, "Hey, good afternoon." She told me in Spanish, I'm translating. "I don't know why you've changed with that attitude that you have with your grandma, your grandpa, and with me. I would really like to know, because from my part, it has hurt a lot to see how much you have changed for worse. You were such a happy girl and positive, always smiling. Sorry. And from my part, there's something that I did that hurt you with my heart. I ask you to forgive me, and all I have left to say is to tell you that I love you, and I wish you the best always, and may God bless your life." That was the last text. It's been a while. It's been 4 years already, and I can't get over it.
If you could send her a message right now, what would you want to say?
Really just apologize and let her know that there's nothing that she did wrong. That it was just me being dumb. That I love her too. And that I want to see her the next day. When she left, you could almost see her smiling, and I've never seen somebody the way that she did. So in a way, I'm kind of glad that she told me that, because I know that she herself, she left knowing that she tried her best, she did everything she could to mend all those mistakes. We were there, we told her we loved her, we sang to her, we hugged her, prayed over her. So I know she lives in peace. I know she lives.
Oh, a little bittersweet today, actually. Yeah, but I'm excited to be here. So my father passed away about 7 months ago from pancreatic cancer. I recently just also lost my mom 3 years ago. So it's a full-on package. They're both gone. I'm glad that he made me as strong as I am today, because that's the only reason why I'm here talking to you. And that's the only reason why I am deciding to carry on. Couldn't sleep last night, had a little insomnia, went to bed a little bit too early. Sorry, my dad is old. Old people can't text. I don't know what time. They don't believe in punctuation. Popped 3 gummies and went to sleep, therefore afterwards. And what you put in them things, the gummies that you gave me to help you sleep, we're on my way to chemo. Honestly, I don't know I don't know exactly what he was trying to say to me. So I gave him these sleepy time gummies, melatonin gummies. There was a lot of sleepless nights for him, just yelling out, screeching out in pain. So whatever I could do to make him lay down, I was gonna do it. So I said, those gummies are really strong, haha, and okay, was trying to call you before chemo. I hope it isn't too rough on you this time. I love you, and I'll check in on you a little later. And he said, after today, one more chemo session. I said, oh, that's great news. I know you're happy about that. And he said, a smile emoji. That was it. And it's really scary to know that you can have so much hope and drive to get better and it just not be in the stars for you, that it's just the end. And our family had to really come to grips with that. And it was a very, very, very hard day to hear that news. What I didn't enjoy seeing is him thinking that his cancer was a punishment for maybe him coming, up short as a dad sometimes emotionally, I should say. And I had to tell him, no, that's not it. Your body is just sick. The one time I've really felt seen from my dad is the last birthday I got to spend with him. And when it came to me and him and like his exchanges of gifts for my birthday, it always kind of felt like he was giving me things just to give it to me. It's your birthday, here you go. But not like something that I actually wanted or I talked about. This particular birthday, it was a whole build thing the way he presented it to me. It was a soda stream. And what's crazy about that is, I never thought my dad saw me. And I love soda water. Like, I'm obsessed. My auntie, his sister, told me that he went to Bed Bath & Beyond with his aching side, limping, making sure that we got the right soda stream, that we got, the syrups for me and everything. Like, that is, and not to say I'm not grateful for everything he's done for me in life, but that is the first time I have felt seen. And I needed to be seen because if he left here without seeing me, this pain would be so much deeper. And he saw me. That's all I could ever ask for, and it's a soda stream. And I haven't even used it yet. I've used it like twice. I want the original, like CO2 tanks. I want the original thing. I don't want to use it up. I don't want him to go away. So the little things like that mean so much to me. And the fact that he stopped trying for 1 year to earn my love in these big, grandiose ways and just saw me, gave me the little things, I will forever hold on to that. It's definitely what I needed because I'm not going to have him to walk me down the aisle. He's not going to see my first child. He's not, both of my parents are not going to see a lot that I do now. So I'm just glad they could see me before they go.
Grief is a really funny thing. I think it was Andrew Garfield that was in an interview and he mentioned, grief is all the unexpressed love. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I think grief is just love.
I definitely judged myself for not crying enough or not being emotional enough, but it's so different for everyone and it comes in such intense waves and it will never go away, but it becomes easier to live with.
Grief doesn't ever shrink. It stays the same size for the rest of your life, but your life grows around it.
So if anyone's going through that, please, I encourage counseling, grief counseling, therapy, journaling, faith, whatever you can tap into it, because you are supposed to be here. They did not leave for you to leave too. You have to stay. So I'm encouraging people to stay. I'm desperately trying hard to stay without them.
Can I show you a picture of us?
Please, yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite picture of us. Because she always thought she had to be in the front. But it's that one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we got drunk that night.